Everybody sit down and be quiet for a second. All right, so I was actually supposed to show you guys, or wanted to show you guys that quick video, and I'll provide the link for that later. But it kind of just talks about, or it has Obama talking about just with the presidential election coming in, within the next 8 weeks, next month. Gives us a little bit of insight of how he's feeling about the election, and stuff like that. So I just thought it was an interesting video. This microphone tends to be a little bit better on the one just provided in the Mac. Sorry about that. But we have a pretty interesting or different Sunday stock talk. So yes, I'm gonna talk about not so much on technical analysis this week, but more on my best practices for this week, what I did wrong, I've been jotting them down, as well as kind of what I've planned for the group. And I've been messaging the group back and forth, kind of like with what it is that I want to do, just because I've been a little bit busier, and I feel like I haven't been giving it the same attention that I used to when it first got started. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm done kind of leading the group and stuff like that. Remembers AJ says that that he'd be hella sad if we lost our originator. And honestly, like, I love this group. I love just being able to talk to you guys. I love always having someone to kind of branch off to when it comes with being able to just tell one another our ideas and kind of just know that, not that you guys in a sense have my back, but always there to hear me. I think that's very important when it comes to wanting to be successful, having access to someone to reach out to, especially when it's kind of like a make it or break it type of thing, especially for those that are just getting started. A lot of you have great ideas but don't know how to kind of just expose yourself to opportunity because you think that it's too difficult or that you think that it's impossible for you to start your own idea. So I'm here to tell you that it's not. There's a lot of people that are out there and willing to help you, and there's companies designed an effort to try to help you with their ideas. And the more that you kind of just surround yourself in that type of environment. I never knew it was such a big market when it comes to startups and stuff like that, and you don't always have to pay for them. You could be shuffled from person to person, and if you have a potentially good idea, they can put you in a good or recommend you to someone that would be able to make that a reality. And that's the whole point of this group, not just trading and investing, but being able to or properly know how to take advantage of opportunity. Update, since it's a big I don't want to say marketing thing that I do, but the GTR is mainly what you guys kind of I guess got your guys' attention. That tends to be what gets a lot of people's attention. We have a lot of people that are car people, as they tend to watch my YouTube videos, and then or they just see me on social media and stuff like that. But the GTR, the 2012, it is gone. It is not in my garage anymore. I did deliver it about, oh my god, I actually thought it was 2 days ago, but yes, it was yesterday. deliver it to the new owner, and kind of just I have the M3 now. So that's pretty much what I'm daily driving. So it's kind of like a bittersweet, like um, gonna use that money to kind of I'm kind of just gonna take a step back, see what it is that I exactly want to do. And the reason I brought up the election, kind of going into that, being able to have access to that large amount of money in my sake, I think that's a good amount of money with what I sold the GTR for. So using that money and having that opportunity to be able to invest it into something that can appreciate, I just felt like right now would be a good time with the presidential election coming in and closing within the next week. Some things based on history, like things could either go really bad or really good, and based on the way the election is going, it's not looking too good. I really don't want to get into politics too much. As you know, I don't want to sway anyone into any specific, um, kind of just the demographic when it comes to like, if you're a Republican or if you're a Democrat. I personally don't care. Um, I'm here to teach you on, ways to take advantage of opportunity. And I think when you put yourself, like every 4 years, there's this new opportunity on how the economy shifts and kind of in the long run, like, what they're kind of, what they're going to be able to promote. I kind of just want to talk about, these next couple of weeks, I'm going to be reading a lot about, whichever candidate ends up being elected and kind of seeing, the companies that they want to, see growth in, or different areas in the market that they're going to try to promote. Those are the, you know, those are the markets that you're supposed to take advantage of, and just being able to understand that and educate yourself, and that they have a big say on what ends up being successful, especially here in the United States. When you have the support of the president, you tend to do well. um, I'm really excited as being able to have such a good amount of money now properly saved to be able to properly execute it and invest it into something that I believe that is going to be one of my largest investments, and hope to see my largest appreciation in anything that I choose to pursue. The housing market is something that I'm really interested in. Being able to have two investment properties at my age right now, and just wanting more. I want to see if the housing market does take a shift, or a little correction, that I can take advantage of that, and then I have access to cash. So I'm going to be doing a lot of updates, and I'd like to be doing like weekly updates. I saw a comment on one of my videos when I talked about kind of what it is that I did when I bought my two houses in the GTR and stuff like that, and that they'd like to have weekly talks or kind of like my best practices in the week, or kind of just share, like kind of brainstorm ideas. It's kind of what we do in Techbud, but in Techbud we focus more on penny stocks, and I'd like to still give it all we got when it comes to trading stocks, but I'd like to expose you guys that if you guys implement that same idea of how we trade with those three main rules, and if you use that and utilize it with any specific business market that you'd like to succeed in, um, you can adjust it and tweak it to your personal preference, but it tends to be a pretty universal kind of technique, to leading people to success. And I've used it when it comes to real estate. I've used it when it comes to buying cars, and I use it when it comes to trading stocks. If you treat everything as an investment and you let the numbers do the talking, you tend to lead to a little bit of more of a success, when it comes to going based more on emotions and kind of just like, oh yeah, I think that's a good idea. If you educate yourself and you truly understand the market that you're getting into, um, and you understand the bottoms and the high points, housing markets, cars, it's all based on money, prices, highs and lows, and you buy low, you sell high, and you truly understand what it is that you're buying. uh, it's great. You don't need to be a genius. You don't need to be super smart. I'm not saying that specifically anyone can do it. I'm just saying that if you put forth the effort, especially with this huge area of opportunity that we're going to be being able to just be aware about, now with this new president that's going to be running our country, I'm just really excited. I want to give it like all I can. I'm struggling, with being a full-time student, having a normal job, doing tech buds, running my investment properties, running a different type of business that it is that I'm trying to pursue. Um, it's difficult, but there's always people there, always working harder. There's always people just giving it all they got, and that's what motivates me. I love, getting different emails from you guys and, talking about, how this helped you out. And it kind of just let you know that like, I got this one specific email that like my story motivated this one individual, and that he likes that I'm sharing, my best practices, and I'm kind of creating a whole different environment that's free for everyone, since I don't charge for this. Um, and, I'm just a person, I'm just someone that started this. But if you look into our group and you see everyone that's there, we all have different backgrounds. We all have, our own problems. But when we're in that group and we're together, just being able to like tap into new ideas and tap into like new opportunity, that is what I truly like enjoy. If I can do this for a living, as in just being able to help you guys and help myself, that is the overall goal. I love being able to help you guys in your own success, and your own, to have your own success story. That is what I essentially want. um I don't know, I'm not going anywhere. I love this group. I love, the kind of the fundamentals that we go by, and I'm just really excited for, how intelligent everyone in the group is, especially when it comes to like, your own specific niche in the market. Um, we all have our own opinions, and that's something that I promote in the group itself. And we tend to, be very supportive when it comes to anyone's new idea and stuff like that. And I think it's great. We definitely don't like shutting people down, and when people are negative in the group, they get kicked out. I think it's a overall great environment that we're kind of providing for everyone within our group, and I'm just really excited for not just trading itself, but what we can continue to do as a group, and being able to just talk to one another when it comes to having new ideas, and kind of, you guys just reaching out to me on I don't even have to really say much, but I feel like when I get on those calls with you guys specifically, like you guys are telling me like what it is that you want to do, what it is that you're currently doing, how you're going to get there and stuff like that. You guys create your own game plan as you guys are like on the call with me. And I feel like that kind of only just fuels, the motivation and the drive to be successful. And it kind of makes it, like realistic for you guys that look, I just explained myself how I'm going to do it now. I should really just go for it, because there's really no reason not to. Um, and that's really just it. It's, I want to say like a year, like ago, I was, living at home. I was going to school, working, um, really different now. Now being able to have these properties and stuff like that, it does not happen overnight. I was saving for the past, years. Um, but being able to like take advantage of opportunities and kind of just going for it, that is, I could have not really, I was always just working towards it, and it kind of just went step by step. Things were just clicking, and I kept taking risks. Some people said that they wouldn't have taken, um, but the only person that can kind of like drive where your life goes. I'm not saying take, you know, or not stupid, but just reckless risk. But take risks that that you truly believe in and that makes sense to you, when it comes to wanting to pursue like your own business, or wanting to pursue your dream of a lot of people right now are traveling and that's their dream. If you get good into trading stocks, you could do that just with a Wi-Fi connection, your phone, and a computer. And there's really no limit. You can make endless amounts of money, depending on how good you are, and when it comes to trading penny stocks. So I think it just opens, a lot of new areas of opportunity. Like, yeah, trading stocks is great, but don't let that be the end of the road for you guys. Like, what else are you guys going to do? Where are you going to, like, invest the money you get from there and kind of implement into, more of a diverse portfolio when it comes to real estate and stuff like that, and be creative. It doesn't, you can have to start your own business, and it doesn't have to be a technology focused or technology driven business. There's just so many different things, and I'm just, hearing all of it from you guys. Just, I'm hopping into um, some new some new startups with a couple buddies of mine, and it's because of this group and kind of what it led me to, or it's led me to, and I'm just really excited, and I'm so blessed to be able to have all you guys, and I want to make sure that everyone understands that I am here to help you guys, and I just truly do enjoy it, and yeah, I'm really excited. So I'm kind of create a game plan. I'm looking for 2 subgroup leaders. So that doesn't mean like that I'm not going to be on the group anymore. It's like, okay, I don't want to say that I'm going to be like on top, right? But obviously, like I started the group, I tend to be the one that I believe I've access. Like I'm the one that controls, in a sense, everything when it comes to Techbuds. To have 2 new leaders or subgroup leaders, as in that I'm going to have my own group that I manage and kind of split Techbuds into 3 different groups. And what that's going to do, I mean, we can always talk to one another, but I believe that if, when we first started out and Techbuds was like, actively like, and we had like 100 members, but like actively we had like 20 members that were trading, or 15 or 10 members that were trading. I believe the quality was just a lot better. It's easier for us to communicate with one another, and we lose track. I just accepted like 20 requests, and I have like 20 more or something, and I have a bunch of emails coming in of like wanting to join and stuff like that, and it's overwhelming. It's really hard for these people to kind of like reach out to me and ask me questions when I'm doing everything else, and I want to make sure that we don't lose focus and we don't lose track on that. So I'm trying to create an environment where all of us can kind of just have someone to like reach out to, and then those people within your group, you guys can be competing with the other 2 groups. So pretty much what I want to do, and I'm gonna have like a PowerPoint for you guys later on, but this is just something that I was like brainstorming. So pretty much there's gonna be me, and then there's gonna be 2 other group leaders. So let's just say I'm in the middle. I want you guys to feel comfortable on who the group leader is. I don't want there to be, like any salty feelings when it comes to who gets elected as one of the group leaders. I think someone that, just based on my experience, that someone to reach out to, if it's not me, is Jetson. He's someone that is very knowledgeable when it comes to trading, different forms of trading, short selling, and he's someone that has, introduced a bunch of new stocks, and tends to have a little bit more of a background when it comes to trading itself. So I think he would be a great candidate. Don't know if he's up for it. He's someone that I'd have to reach out to. And then there's like 3 other guys that I'm looking at, or 3 other members that I'm looking at to be the 3rd group leader. And then within that group, we're just going to have, a certain amount of individuals that are actively trading with us. And I feel, like anyone can join like the group itself, but then within these groups, we have like the true, like everyday, like day traders that are actively, because I want it to be somewhat of a competition, like a friendly competition, but that tends to promote growth. And I feel like if I can create that environment, and it's a positive environment that I want to promote, but a more positive environment, like we're at the end of the week, we're not going to be talking about money, but about percentages of growth, because that's not fair for those that are trading with like, $25,000 compared to those that are trading with $100. So all I want to focus on is percentage of growth, as no matter how much you're trading, percentage is always going to stay the same. So let's say, we're going to have, well, we still don't know this one, right? But let's say we have 1, 2, and 3. And at the end of the week, Judson's group has overall like a 10% growth. And then Ricky's group has just gonna, make myself feel better. It has a 90% group overall, right? So we get the total number of peoples divided by the number, or total amount of growth divided by the number of people, and then we get our average growth. And then again, this guy, just did an amazing job and has 110%. And those that win every month, at the end of the month, from month to month, get a prize, or I wanted to start taking crazy trips with you guys. I did not know how busy I was going to be when it came to this semester. I'm like, yeah, it is. I'm taking 5 classes, so I have 15 credits at ASU Poly, and it's been hard. Like I usually don't struggle as much in school, but when everything that's going on, I tend to, it's time for school itself, and it's definitely something that I want to finish, as my graduation is coming within the next semester, so I want to make sure that I don't fall behind. So I think this is a great tool that we can utilize, so we keep the quality of this group Techbuds. We just created it in 3 subgroups, and then there'll be rewards, for the groups, and it's just a way overall just better environment. We'll have top performers and stuff like that, and those that to be a little bit more of a team thing when it comes to trading, as I don't think that's something that a lot of traders tend to promote, and I think it's a great idea. I want to hear what you guys have to say. There's a couple of people in the group message that were like saying what they kind of thought, and some that people that DM'd me as well as what they thought would be good. I'm still again looking for a specific programmer when it comes to what I kind of want to do with TechBuds, is create a platform where we can just communicate with one another, but I want each one of you to have your own account, and then that's when it becomes difficult, because creating like an account, having your own profile, and then we use that data and we kind of just have like the top performers, and then that gets shared on our home screen, and then you guys want to have access to like financial advisors and stuff like that. So I want it to be an all-inclusive group where you can talk to one another, you can share your best practices, as well as those that are doing the best kind of just are recognized for their performance, and create a whole environment or a whole culture of trading stocks and just success stories and stuff like that. So I think that would be great. So if you know anyone that can create that platform, I'm speaking to like 3 different programmers, but it's been really difficult again with just managing time properly. And trading itself, after now selling the GTR, I got marked as a day trader on Robinhood. So after I bought the M3, I didn't have access to a certain amount of money that I needed to fund that account to that certain, past $25,000 to remove the day trader limit. And then I usually do it like once every week or once every 2 weeks, but because of all these purchases that I was doing, trying to fund that account and then take it back within 5 business days just wasn't going to be possible, because of just everything that I was doing. But now, fund it, get rid of the just the day trade, as I was using Fidelity and TD Ameritrade to trade, and then I was trading like once a day on Robinhood. But yeah, I do want to talk about going back into trading. So let me know what you guys think about the group. I'm going to reach out to you, Jetson. I want you guys to think on who in the group you think will be helpful as a team leader, who's knowledgeable, who you think is someone that you guys can look up to. Just I don't want, again, trade. It's not that he's better than you. It's kind of just who's someone that you would feel comfortable kind of reaching out to and have access to when it comes to making a certain decision of investing, or kind of want like a second point of view when it comes to trading or investing. Is going to be able to provide you with a good quality just response or answer. So that's what I want. So you guys can DM me personally. You guys don't have to do it on our general group me. You guys can do it on the general group me if you guys just want to put it out there, put it on Facebook, and we'll kind of have a poll, and we'll let you guys decide on who you guys want the new group leaders to be. But yeah, so pretty much what I want to talk about this week when it comes to trading. Again, people always ask me like, how is it that I know like when to buy a certain stock and see when it bounces? I was talking to one of our new members. His name was Akbar. He came over and we're just kind of discussing on like kind of what to look out for. And again, I'm not here to tell when to buy or what to buy whatsoever, as Like, I'm not gonna do that. But what's helped me, or what's led kind of to a success of my success of trading is usually when it comes to momentum trading. So let's say, when a stock is understanding like what a stock is. A stock is a share of a company. They'll sell for different prices depending on where the company is at. If they haven't released a lot of news, it gets usually, the movement is more technical. And yeah, I mean, understanding that, well, volume can be two different things, can be good and can be bad. When there's a lot of volume, and when there's a huge amount of volume, and then that's when people tend to buy or either tend to sell. When a bad news release is released, and people are trying to get out, um, huge volume spike. Volume is not always great, because when there's a huge volume spike on a bad note, then you see a huge spike down, and that's what you don't want. You don't want to be a part of that. You want to be on that, kind of that cup of when it hits that bottom, volume is kind of plateau, and then when you see it picking up, just understand your risk. Understand that, look, this is where it bottomed out based on its history. Past year, it tends to bottom out. Here it's done it, 6 times within the past year. And with that, it catches at that same point, and based on the history, it tends to go back up. The volume is looking good. It's picking up. The resistance is at $4. It's at 310. It's continuing to go up. Is the risk, small enough, that you're going to succeed? And that's really when it comes to, like, when people tell me why I trade LPCN all the time, is because right now the volume is really, really low. Hasn't been moving that much, but it's at a point where it tends to pick up quite often. And understanding that, look, one morning, volume is just going to be crazy like it was like about a month ago. You kind of have to wait for that break. When that volume spikes, you understand that the resistance is at, like, 450. It's at $4, and it goes from $4 to 4.5, 4.10. You get in, you ride it up till 450, and you sell, and you lock in your gains. And being able to understand that, okay, well, thought the volume was going up, and all of a sudden, it kind of just goes to a halt and starts going down. Cut your losses, or lock in your gains at even just 1%, and understand that momentum trading is something that's very volatile. It's very quick. You have to be on the computer, and you have to truly understand where it is that you're buying and where it is that you're selling and why it is that you're doing it. Understand where the volume or where the direction of the volume is going, if it's going up or going down. And that's something that I think that is very helpful. It's not about trading every day. If you don't see, something that's, I guess, popping, when it comes to something, a stock that's hot, then you shouldn't trade. There's technical trades that you can do, like, based on its history. Like Rex has a low at 45. It broke that low, hit lows of 37, and when it hit 37, came back up, closed at like 43, which was over 10%. And being able to properly, like, okay, I bought it at 45, and then it goes to 44. Cut your losses and wait for it to, start bouncing. Hits 37, starts spiking up, breaks 38. You buy in at 38, you sell at 42, and now you made a profit. And it's kind of just of, like 10% stop loss, locking in profit, depending on what margin you are, and implementing those same skills when it comes to, just, you have to be quick, and you have to really understand what it is that you're doing. And if you don't, then you should not be trading like with real money. You should be doing that simulation trading or that paper trading, which TD Ameritrade has a great platform for. It's free, it's fake money. You're trading on like live, with the real stocks, and it's like 20 minutes behind like the actual price, but it gives you, like, a real life, kind of situation on what it is to properly trade. And again, one of the largest questions that I get, or the most common questions that I get, is how much money should I invest? And I'm not here to tell you how much you should invest. That should be something that you should determine yourself. I always say do simulation trading or paper trading first. Kind of understand your risk. Understand that you might not be good at penny stocks, and I'd hate for you to even lose $1. Why would lose $1 if you don't have to? So try paper trading for a month to however long it takes you to understand how to properly trade. And with that, then you can take your 100 to, $1,000, $10,000, whatever it is. And, if you saw like 10% growth within a month of doing paper trading, then, do the same skills and use it and implement it to trading. And with that, you could be seeing 10% every single time you trade, up to, even just 10% a month. That's more than, the average 401k. So it really much effort you're willing to put into it, and you really need to understand what it is that you're trading and why it is that you're buying and selling at these certain points. And if you don't know, then if you're asking yourself, is this a good buy? Then, maybe you should look a little bit more into like, why is that bad? You're not here to prove yourself to anyone. Again, this is like a team thing that I'm trying to promote. But again, when it comes down to it, it's your money. It's your own risk, and you should be the one that determines how much you're going to make or lose. And if you let someone else do that for you, then it usually leads to a loss. So that's pretty much it. I kind of went over it. It is almost 9:40. So I hope you guys enjoy this talk. We are going to have a good amount of car videos coming up this week as well. I want to do like a weekly update besides the Sunday stock talk this week. And kind of just want to talk about election is going, what's kind of happening. And then I'll be throwing some car content out there for you, for those that are kind of just like car junkies like me. So I'm really excited. I actually did do a review on my GTR the day before I sold it. I will be sending that out there hopefully by tomorrow if I'm not too busy. And then I'm going to be uploading a video on when I was selling my GTR. So I filmed the whole thing, and yeah, I never got really good shots of my GTR as I was always driving it. And now that I sold it and I saw the guy driving it, I was taking some video of it, and yeah, it was kind of just like, it just happened. So really excited for this week. Tomorrow, Monday, again, Mountain Standard Time. Market opens from 6:30 in the morning to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I know daylight savings was today or is tomorrow, for those in California, and Eastern Standard Time. So that, and make sure you guys are waking up at the right time. I'd hate for you guys to lose out on some good opportunity. I'll try to be able to send out some pre-market movers. Got the week off on a green note. Again, don't trade with emotion. Only trade stocks that have 10% potential. Don't hold overnight, and always set your stop loss. So thank you guys, and I hope you guys have a good Sunday. Take care.